Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and I'm here to do Roxy's Weekly Challenge 2026, and she calls it Mass Making, and this is week 11. And what I did last year for her challenge is I just made a decision that if she were making pieces that I would not use in my journals, that I didn't foresee using in my journals, I wasn't going to participate that week. And so this year I have skipped a few weeks. And the reason isn't that I wasn't going to use the pieces, is that she replicated a couple of things that we did last year, and I didn't see any need to do that here. So we also did something similar to this, but I just wanted to try this because I needed one for my idea book, and I don't know. I just thought it was like kind of cool. So of course, like usual, I didn't have anything that Rachel had to make her mass makes, and I'm going to see if I can do it, but I have to alter things a little bit. So I made a sample one, sort of, kinda. She had a lot of really cool Italian book pages, and I did not. However, I was able to get on the computer and download from the New York Public Library some book pages. So the first thing we want to do is I want to tear these and get rid of the white edge. So, so what I did is I printed these two up, and then I backed them with kind of a neutral sheet from Louise Heinzel's the color paper color pendium. I found that has been so awesome to have that, the color pendium, paper color pendium. It's really given me, I think in our Asian journal, it gave me the backing for our envelopes, or the inside for our envelopes. And I just see that the papers will come in very, very handy for me. Not for everybody, but for me. Okay, there's one. I'm using the wonky roller, and that's why I'm kind of hesitant, because it's got a little divot right here. So if I try to move it beyond the divot, then it's poking me in the stomach. I could just cut that as well. But let's just do it this way. And because her book pages are originals out of books, the paper is amazing, of course. And I think she made 8 or 10 of them. I'm going to make 4, 5, maybe 3, 4, something like that. She also had particular papers that she used. And I don't have those papers. Let's go 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And I don't have those papers, so I am using a book of like garden flowers. She had some pages, some book pages out of a book that had herbs and or flowers of some sort. So they were original book pages, and I of course don't have that, so we're gonna, like I said, use pages out of here, which means I've got to size them and figure out. Hers were like a really nice picture here and the same size picture over here of a different plant, and I don't have that. And in this book, they did not back up the pages to have matching So what happens is I had to find a page that had a picture and then something else that had sort of a picture, but I don't know. Anyways, so basically we need these right here. Then we need this piece right here, which if I measured right is about 5 by 7.5, so around there. So I want to just look for something that's a picture, maybe like this. And I want to use the bottom part. So I'm going to first cut this lengthwise like this because I want to use this part of the page. You could use a totally different page, like a book page. I think I actually cut a book page thinking I was going to use it. I don't know where I put it. Oh, here. I cut a book page like this because I thought I could use that. But then when I was cutting this page out, I realized that if I could just use the bottom. So and it doesn't have, they don't have to be the exact same size. If I cut it this length, then this is long enough for me to use as that. It's a pocket. That's what we're going to do. So this ends up, we need to make it this size. So I'm going to go ahead and tear that off. Maybe tear that off. It can't be any more, the width of it can't be any more than 5.5. So right now we're at 6. So we should be able to take a half off of there, I think. Yes, and the back side doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and take just a hair over a half off of this side. Okay, this is what we're going to use as our pocket. And because we're going to use that as our pocket, so it's kind of hard to think of how this gets put together, but this right here ends up being our hinge. It's a hinged, it ends up being a hinged page. Let me just show you this real quick. Let me find a, okay, so let's just say, for instance, this is just a piece of paper I had over there on the edge. Let's say this is our signature, okay? You could take this and put it right in here, okay? Or inside, however you want to do it, put it inside, okay? And it becomes a page, and it's a hinged page because we've hinged this piece onto it. Now what I did is, this page right here in Rachel's piece, her ephemera piece, was printed on both sides. So it had Italian here and Italian here. I put a blank back on this page, on the book pages, so you could journal on them. And then you can do something with this, but that's basically how they go together. Just like that. So you've got a pocket here, you got kind of a cool looking page there, you've got writing space there, you've got a picture there and a picture there that you can change or do whatever. That's what we're making. And I think she did that. I'm thinking that you could accomplish this maybe in a different way, but I think she did it because she had scraps, which I don't have. So anyways, so basically we've got this page right here, okay, which is this. And we need to put this, okay, we need to hinge it like this, okay? So what I'm going to do, I have to think about this for just a second. If I want this to be a small pocket, I could cut that off. If I want it to be a long pocket, I need to leave it on. So I would have my book page in here, okay? And then this would be my long pocket. This would be my writing space, picture, back, okay? So if I want a short pocket, I would trim that out, but I think I want a long pocket. So what I want to do is I think because you hinge it, I would hinge it to this piece here. I got to think about this just for a second. Okay, I want to hinge it to this piece. Okay, we want to hinge it to this piece, but I would like a long pocket. So if I do that, I need to glue there to about there. Okay, so now got my glue pages. I'm just going to use my glue stick. Okay, and I'm going to just hinge that right there. Okay, beautiful. Okay, I think I did this okay. So we've got our hinged page, okay? Then we want to go ahead and cover this piece right here, which is going to create this, okay? And I have some leftover paper like this. This is from Cheryl Francis Art that we could put there. Or I printed out a piece of this, which I thought was really pretty, that I thought I would like to put there. So I'm going to use this. And we want to glue this onto here. And it looks like I need it to be just a smidge smaller. So I'm going to take a little bit of this edge off, just a hair. Okay. Okay, way better. And I'm okay with a little bit of this white showing right here. I'm good with that. So then we want to go ahead and glue this down. So and I'm doing it a little bit different than how Rachel did it because she had a different, she had some different tools that she used. and I don't have them, so I have to do it this way in order to put our thumb notch on and that. Okay, so we've got this. Beautiful. Perfect, and we want to just trim this out. I got so much stuff over here. If you could see this table, it's like ridiculous. So I want to go ahead and trim that out like that. Beautiful. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Okay, we want to go ahead and put our thumb notch here, and we want that to be sort of centered. And I am able to mark it because we didn't glue it down yet. So we've got 15.5, or excuse me, we've got 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. So we want 4 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4. Right about there is about the center. So we're going to make our thumb notch right where I made that mark. Beautiful. Okay. Then what we want to do is put our book page in there like this. And I want to trim this to the book page. Okay. There and there. And remember, our book page is 5.5 inches wide or something like that. 4, 5.5. I might want to trim this out just a little bit to meet our book page. Like so. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We've got our hinged piece, okay, and we've got our book page. And I want this to be so that we can write on it. So I want to hook this pocket to this page, but I think I might want to distress it. So I need to find my vintage photo. Obviously, if you were making these, you want to make them as neutral as you can. If you don't know what journal they're going to go in. Okay. So I like that a lot. So now we just want to hook. We want to glue here, here, and here to make a pocket. So I'm going to put my glue right along here. Right along this, like where the fold line is going to be. And then up along this edge here. I'm not real steady with the glue. Then we want to lay our page in here where it's going to fold over. And we want to close up our pocket. So then you've got your pocket, you've got your writing page, and you've got this page and the back. And where it hinged, we're going to use some washi tape. So I pulled down a thing of washi tape. I think Rachel had Amity Bloom, which good luck trying to get that. Every time she says she's going, her washi tape is going to go up for sale, I race out there and it's all gone. I mean, it goes that fast. So we want to put a piece right there. And I'm thinking that that might be okay. Let's open this up and see. One of the things that Rachel said in it, and it's correct, is you need to use your washi tapes because they only have a certain shelf life. Of course, then there's one like this where you can't even find the end. Oh, there it is. Okay. And we want to put a piece of washi tape right on this piece right here to cover up where it folds over. And I want to put a little extra glue on it. Some washi tapes glue really well and some don't, but I'm also applying it to a coated surface that's shiny, glossy. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and glue a little extra. Okay, and then didn't know if I wanted to put any on the outside. I have some pretty neutrals, but I don't know. We could put this on the outside, right? We could put it right here. Yeah, I think that would be pretty. So let's go ahead and put another piece right here. This is just because I didn't meet the edge of it. But anyways, what I was saying was go ahead and use your washi tape because they only have a certain shelf life. And I know that because I actually bought from a yard sale, I think it, excuse me, I think it was, some washi tape that it just is not real great. Okay, there we go. So now we've got our pocket, our book page, our writing page, and our flip. Nice. I love it. So that gives us 2 of them. So let's try one more. Let me see where we are for time. Okay, I think we are good for time. So let's see if we can make one more. So we need to have another, we have this one. We could use this. I don't know. I kind of wanted something with pictures on both sides. So let's see what we got in here. Ooh, that would be pretty. And it would have something on the back side. Ooh, that would be pretty. We're going to use this one. And I'm only picking it because it has a graphic on both sides. That's the only reason. Okay, so using the last piece that we had, we want this piece here to be I'm going to use this top corner. Because we want to rip that across to make our hinged edge. So let's get our pieces together. You see, I'm looking at the lines here to see where I'm at here. So I want to go 1/4 past the line. We want to go 1/4 past the line. Okay, so this is going to be our pocket. And this will be our page. And I think I like it like that because this side will be in, no. Okay, the piece itself has to be about 5. So if we make it about 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. So this is our piece that will be like this, okay? I think I'm going to put it this direction. No, we want to put it this direction. Okay. So that will be like this. So then we have to have our hinged piece. That can be this piece. So if that's the case, if this is our, oh, we want this one because it's wider, okay? So we want to make our hinge to be about 1/2 inch. And this is the piece that we took off the bottom of this page, okay? Yep, we like it. Okay. I'm going to, we need to cover this. So I'm going to just trim this piece off. Make it a little straighter right there. Okay. Okay, so we've got our picture. It's got double side. We've got our hinge, okay? That's going to go like this on this page, like this. Then we've got our, let's do this one. I like these ones that have the pictures on them. And we need this to be, oh, that's the perfect size. So that will go in there, okay? Like that. So then we'll end up with a piece like this, okay? But this piece we need to cover. So let's use, let's see what I have over here. I think I'm going to try, I'm going to use this. I'm going to use our pansies. Yep, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use pansies. So let's go ahead and cut that. So we need a piece that is right about that wide. Okay. I mean, we don't even need to cover that if we didn't want, because it's got a graphic on that whole side, which is quite pretty. But I really think I would like to have the pansies on there. Okay. Okay, so first thing we want to do is put this on here, and I need to cut this to size lengthwise as well. And we're going to go ahead and glue that. I need to get all this stuff out of my way is what I need to do. I did get out a new book for my glue pages over here because this one I'm running out of pages. And it's a French book. It's called Chez Nous. I guess that's what it is, Chez Nous. So maybe while I'm gluing pages and making journals, I'll learn more French. I want this to go, if this is going to hinge, I want it to go this way. Perfect. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and hinge it, which means it will go right here. So we can hinge it at the bottom, hinge it in the middle, which I think is the best idea. So I'm just going to make a mark right there. I want my glue to be inside that mark. Inside those marks. There's 2 of them. Jeez. But this is glossy paper, so I don't know about this glue. I'm going to put a little bit of our Barely Art in here, just because that's a glossy page and I don't want it to go down to there. Okay. Beautiful. I'm going to hinge that right there. Right? Like that. And then we put this page in here and we make our pocket. So we want to go ahead and cut our thumb notch. Oh, this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a quarter. So we want 4 and an 1/8. 1, 2, 3, 4 and an 1/8. So more about like right there instead of 4 and a quarter. Beautiful. Then we want to distress. This will be good because then I'll have one for my idea book and a couple to use. I like that. Okay, and then we want to put, normally you put washi tape right here to cover this up. So I don't think we need it to blend colors, but I think it would be cool to cover up that seam maybe with something. And I'm thinking something that has that's going to tie that together. So let's try this. We can find the end of our washi. Oh, pretty. Excuse me. And again, we're going to add a little extra glue. Oh, pretty. And I'm just trimming this out. Whoops. And I don't think we need any on this side. It might be pretty though, huh? So let's go ahead and put a piece there as well, just because I think it matches really nice. And this is going to be my rendition of Roxy's Weekly Challenge 2026, mass making hinged pages with a pocket. And she said for Easter journals, I think she had some graphics that had bunnies on it. She had a couple that didn't, but a couple that had bunnies on it. But these will just be for our ephemera box, for my ephemera box. Okay, I love it. Now we just have to hinge our page in there. Look at that. Nice. And that we need our barely art. So we'll go ahead and hinge our page. And that'll give us our pocket. I love the ones, like I said, that have the pictures. Pretty cool. And there's our pocket. There's our page. We have room for writing and our back. And that would go in. Where's my page? That would go in a journal like this. In a signature, I mean, like this. Or like this. And, you know, and more pages. It's just an additional page, but it has a pocket. It has some writing space. And again, like I said, Rachel's, this was book page, and it looked beautiful, but I didn't have book page. I mean, I could have printed on the back, I guess, but I like the idea of backing it so that we could journal on it. So there you go. So let me pull the other two out here. Move this mess out of the way. And we will call this a video. And let me see. So we've got this one. With a pocket. We've got this one with our pocket. Pretty cool. And then we've got this one with our pocket. Oh, pretty cool. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my subscribers, past, present, and future. I appreciate you all very much. Hearts, I'm learning to do this. I think I'm learning to do this. I don't know how you do this. Okay. Anyways, thank you, everybody. Please hit the like button. Support our channels and any other channels that you watch. Make sure when the minute you go in, hit that like button. If you don't like the video, you can unlike it, but that way you know that you've liked it, even if you don't comment. So thank you very much for supporting my channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye, everybody.